Good day, sir. Do let the listeners know your name, who you are, the firm you represent, and what your firm does.
Paddy Padmanathan. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of a company by the name of ACWA Power, headquartered out of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but now operating in 11 countries. Our entire mission is to reliably deliver electricity and desalinated water at the lowest possible cost on bulk basis on long-term offtake contracts. We typically serve government-owned utility companies or energy-intensive industrial enterprises. Our mission is to deliver electricity and desalinated water, so we are not there propagating anything specific. We are technology neutral and fuel agnostic. We serve our customers, so if the customer says use gas as a fuel, we use gas. If the customer says use wind power, we use wind power. Well, in today's world, where clearly there is a link between carbon emission and climate change, there's a clear need to decarbonize all human endeavor, and recognizing that power generation and where desalinated water is consumed, desalinated water production are very energy intensive, fuel intensive industries. We need to move towards renewable energy fast, and we are very happy to see that more and more of our customers are demanding renewable energy. So today we are also rapidly growing in the area of renewable energy. Here in the Kingdom of Morocco, we have been present now for 5 years. We started, our first investments here are in some very large renewable energy projects. The first project that you are visiting is a concentrated solar power complex.
What's it about?
So concentrated solar power is to use the heat of the sun rather than the electrons in the sun. Photovoltaic is, everybody knows, the panels and so on, that uses the electrons in the sun, whereas concentrated solar power uses the heat of the sun to boil water to produce steam, which then drives a steam turbine. The big advantage of this technology is also we have, over the years, scientists have discovered that you can store heat in salt. You can melt the salt, keep it very hot, and then put heat into it, and then take heat out of it, and very efficiently you can do heat transfer. So we are able to collect heat during the day, put it into the salt, and then take it out at night and run the steam turbine also. So we are in this project here in Morocco at Ouarzazate, surrounded by Atlas Mountains. We are producing electricity day and night using only solar power, the heat of the sun. So this particular complex, 160 megawatts, which is enough to provide electricity for possibly 500,000 homes. So it's fairly big scale. It's producing electricity during the day and into the night.
What's the capacity? Is it? There's a report that the facility is the biggest in Africa. How true is that?
Yeah, absolutely correct. So the facility that is already operating, which is called Noor 1, is 160 megawatt and 3 hours of storage, is already the biggest in Africa of solar plant. And then we are now building next to it Noor 2 and Noor 3, two more projects running at the same time, the construction. When completed at the end of 2017, the whole complex will produce 510 megawatts during the day and for 7 hours into the night. Now this complex will be the largest solar plant in the world, not just in Africa but in the world.
What's the coming to figures? How much was to build this plant?
This particular complex has got, it's $2.7 billion is being invested in this complex. But the case of renewable energy is very straightforward. Of course, it costs a lot of money to build, but once you have built it, The cost of operating and maintaining is very small. There is no fuel cost, so it is very efficient. So in whole life cost terms, it's very cost effective. Fossil fuel based plants, you spend less money building it, but then you have much more money operating it. And of course, then you have to put fuel in it, and fuel costs go up and down, whatever. But it's very, very significant cost throughout the life. Whereas here, once you have made the investment for life, you keep receiving electricity. The good Lord doesn't charge for the energy, so we are able to use.
So how do you get? What's the return on investments? A lot of funds plowed into this complex. How do you recoup your investment? Since obviously it's not charity.
No, nothing is charity. In fact, in this particular complex, we are very happy to be able to benefit from a whole load of international, multilateral and bilateral donors.
Okay.
But in this project, they are not donating any money. All of the money is coming in on commercial terms, full commercial terms. And there is an interest to be paid, and the capital needs to be repaid in 25 years' time, or over 25 years. Our own investment, we have equity investment. We are 70+% owner of the asset. Our Moroccan government partner, Ouarzazate, is the 25% owner. And we have some small investors. Now this, we have all got money in there, and we are using it as a commercial venture. So all of us are getting commercial returns. Absolutely no different if we were going to build a coal-fired power plant. No different if it was going to be a gas-fired power plant. Nothing different.
So you said by next year, the remaining 2 plants will be ready.
Correct.
And will be the biggest.
By the end of next year, the whole complex will then become the biggest complex in the world.
What's the percentage of the Moroccan population you are serving?
Okay, when that complex comes online, it will be something like 8% of the electricity supply of Morocco.
80%?
8%. Well, just but one plant, 8%. Renewable energy, it's big. Okay. Morocco has an ambition, very clear ambition, and they are taking all the right steps to achieve it. By 2030, they want to have 52% of the electricity coming from renewable energy sources. They are a full convert in accepting that renewable energy is the way forward. And they, I believe, over time will convert all their generation. They will fulfill their commitment in Paris. There's no doubt whatsoever. They are probably one of the front runners in this business. Also, Morocco has learned that it's not just about also generating green megawatts. It's also, you can use this investment and these opportunities in order to industrialize your country, in order to develop the communities within which these plants are being built. You're having this interview with me, by the way, standing in a very beautiful setting, overlooking a wadi where palm trees are being grown, with the local community singing and dancing for us at the back. The reason why we are here is very simple. This is one of the many communities with whom we are working. Even though our core business is to produce electricity and desalinate water and nothing else, we have to live and work with this community now for the next 30-40 years because our asset is here. So we need to somehow figure out a way of developing the communities also along with us. But now, immediately then people say, oh, this is charity. No. It's got nothing to do with charity. In fact, it's not that difficult for us when we are investing so much in order to move some of that investment for the benefit of the local community, buy goods and services from the community. So in this particular case, we have helped this community improve the yield of the palm trees. So if you interview some of the community people, you will find they will tell you that in a matter of literally a couple of years, the yield has already gone up by 70% of these palm trees because we have been able to bring some expertise, bring people in, show them improve cultivation, improve ways of caring for the palm groves. In other community areas, we are helping them rear chicken. They produce eggs and they sell to our construction workers. We are improving local craft, which we are then able to take out and take it into town and get them to sell. So we are trying to make the community become benefit also from the power plant by developing along with it. And quite a lot of the community people are now working on construction sites with us. Some of them will remain with us during the operational life as operating staff. So these are all the added benefits of these type of investments. Because renewable energy, more than other forms of energy, by the way, tends to get built in remote sites. Regardless of whether your country is rich or poor, further away from town centers you go, that is where you find the poor and the disadvantaged ending up living. So it's investments in renewable energy is also a fantastic way of developing those remote communities.
Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
So